we use Revit, which is an Autodesk system that essentially is a 3D based CAD software. And so what happens is we'll create our design, which is 3D based in this model, and we'll share it with Canadian Timber Frame. And then they'll have their design either based on elements that we've incorporated into the model, or we provide maybe some imagery or some sketches that say this is the direction we want, and then we can let your team develop it at a higher level, and that goes into your modeling software. So then the modeling software that you use will create its own elements or proprietary to your need, but then you can share it with us. So then it becomes an element that we drop back into our model on our side, and it kind of gets locked in, and we can see if there's any conflicts and if things are working nicely, if we have some comments, and we can go back and forth that way, and we can mark things up. So the process is pretty similar to how we'd work with some of our other consultants. If we have a structural engineer, they're putting in steel beams and framing materials that we can then collaborate within our architectural file. Same with their MEP consultant, they have ductworks and piping. And if we can bring all of those people together, all in the model, it certainly makes our job a lot easier to coordinate, because we don't want to see some of those elements. We want to see the beautiful timber. We want to see the beautiful architecture, but not see a ductwork popping out of a wall. So if we can correct those things, it certainly makes it a nicer way of handling the project. But we pride ourselves on that. And it's important because the clients that come to us have a high level of expectation because their projects are high level. So we want to practice our architecture and provide drawings of that same level. And happy to say that our ability to provide that to you and then have you reciprocate the same level of detail back to us is amazing. We really appreciate you being able to step up and provide us with that level of service. We've integrated so much of our workflow into the 3D world of design that it almost feels odd to not can be in it, but it certainly has made our ability to design much more intuitive. It's more complete of a process. There's less issues that we will discover that we normally would have found later on in a more 2D process. So we're able to collaborate a lot easier. We can be a little more creative with the content because we feel more comfortable that we can solve a lot more problems even early on in the process. So when we bring in other consultants and working with timber frame, or if we're working with a unique mechanical system, we can make sure all of that works together with all of our consultants and have them make sure that everything's going to work at the end of the day. And, that workflow is so important now because everything needs to move faster. Everything wants to be more realistic. And all of the things that the computer allows us to do is very helpful.